lyrics, and you've been spending time putting together books of your lyrics and writing essays about your own lyrics. You layer your lyrics very carefully. People are doing several things are going on, and you enjoy doing that.
Well, it's more than enjoy. It's something I learned when I was writing West Side Story, and something that Arthur particularly steered me to as a playwright. He talked about subtext, and that there, which really means nothing more than the fact that you have to give an actor something to play that's maybe more than the surface, so that there is a little depth to the thing instead of just playing the lines. Of course, I'm sure there are times when one wants to just play the lines, but generally, subtext is what gives body to a scene or even a speech, even a sentence. Well, that's something music can do superiorly, because music tells you, or not tells you, indicates something else going on, even if it's the blandest music in the world, because it's another art form. So, yes, the lyrics are layered, but they're layered in relationship to the music.
When we did the film together about Sweeney Todd in 1980, you explained at the beginning of Act Two the very complex opening.
God, that's good.
Yeah, that's right, of Act Two. Can you go through it again?
Well, the whole point is it's not so much that it's complex, but it's a whole little one-act play. There's a great deal that has to take place during the course of that number. You have to show, first of all, that Mrs. Lovett now has a thriving garden, that the people there are enjoying their meals without knowing what they're eating, that Sweeney is waiting for the delivery of a chair, that when he gets the chair, he adjusts it in some mysterious way. He then calls Mrs. Lovett up to help him test the chair. He tests the chair, it is successful, she goes back to her garden, and that's all in one song.
And they have to test out the chair, and she has to sell meat pies, and they have to run out of meat, so they have to get some more. And there are many things that have to happen in this number, and yet it had to be held together so that it wouldn't be just a series of disparate numbers. For one thing, if you'd had a number in the gardens and then a number about the chair, which is perfectly possible, it just wouldn't have been very inventive and would have been flat, and maybe it would have been fine. Maybe you could have written two smashing songs. But one of the problems with that is that a song that merely says her eating establishment is now thriving and she has a lot of people and she's feeding a lot of mouths and having a lot of pies, that's not enough for a song. That's enough for a verse of a song, but it doesn't move anywhere. Whereas if you mingle it with the action simultaneously of Sweeney's chair arriving, you not only have motion in the song and much more interest for the audience, but you also are able to make something for the actress playing Mrs. Lovett to play, which is that she doesn't know how to keep one eye on the till, which is all the people eating the pies, and one eye on her lover colleague, Sweeney, and keep everybody happy. Because Sweeney wants her attention so he can have her help him test out the chair. And of course, all the patrons want her attention so they can eat and drink, and she doesn't want to lose a penny. So what you have then is the servant of two masters, and you have a scene.
I'll count three times, and then you 3 times, if you exactly.
Now, I happen to love writing that kind of song. I love plot songs. I love writing something that has, in the true sense of the word, dramatic motion to it, where this happens, and then this happens as a result of that, and this happens, now those two things happen together, et cetera, et cetera. So it's not so much complex as it is complicated.
Sondheim masterfully weaves together different musical motifs with elaborate stage actions.
Well, I plotted out each individual action. Who she served pies to, how much ale she sold, which of the patrons got drunk, which didn't, which paid for their food or not, because it always worked in the lyric, even though it goes by so fast that nobody in the audience may hear it. But the actress has something specific to play.
Twinkling, just come as my dearie. Now, drop what you love, didn't have a